Alrighty, guys, we're currently hitting at 73% in our last dozen board member tier package plays on my website. And before we get into some more of that, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to our NHL video here today for Friday, February 17th, 2023. Happy Friday to you. The weekend's finally here. My name is Brock Page. I've been doing sports picks for free on YouTube since 2016. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, guys, I'm hitting at 73%, my last dozen board member tier package plays on that site. Now, the all-inclusive board member package gives you access to every single personal play, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to my board member podcast as well. The math works out to be just $1.66 a day to be a board member. It's cheaper than your daily cup of coffee. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on patreon.com/BrockPage is I actually share with you which one of these free plays I'm actually betting on personally. I currently have over 550 members who are signed up and active on that site right now. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to start off with the Blackhawks at the Senators, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Ottawa's minus 270, total 6.5. Matt Sogard for the Sens, Peter Mrazek for Chicago. Now, Mrazek's having an awful year for the Blackhawks. Out of 20 starts, he got the W only 5 times. He also has a goals against average in the 4s, along with an .884 save percentage. And no real surprise here, guys. The Blackhawks are allowing more shots on goal a game on the road than any other team except for one. They're facing an Ottawa team who gets 34 pucks on net a game at the Canadian Tire Center. Tim Stutzel, he leads the team in goals with 24 of them. Meanwhile, Brady Tkachuk, he's the club leader in points and assists. Now, more recently, the Senators got the W in 6 out of their last 7 contests, and they played some really good defense in those victories. Now, injury-wise, Cam Talbot is still out for Ottawa. Entwistle is questionable for Chicago. When it comes to the total, Chicago went 14-10 to the under in their travels. Meanwhile, Ottawa has gone 61% to the under in their own arena. I'm going to lean toward Ottawa minus 1.5, under 6.5 goals. Next matchup, it is going to be Pens, Isles, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Both teams are minus $1.10, total 6 goals. Ilya Sorokin expected for the Isles, Casey DeSmith for the Pens. Now, the Pens have had their issues offensively this year, especially in the first period. These guys are currently in the bottom 5 in the league in first period scoring on the road. And in these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings, at least, anyway, in these teams' last 10, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but in these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings, Pittsburgh averaged less than 2.9 goals a game. They're taking on an Islander squad who's one of the best defensive teams in the NHL. New York's currently in the top 3 in the league in goals allowed per contest at home. Ilya Sorokin's got 17 wins in the net, along with a .923 save percentage. Meanwhile, Ryan Pulock and Adam Pelech, they are both +9 when they're on the ice. Now, Brock Nelson's also leading the club in goals and points. When it comes to the injury report, Cal Clutterbuck and J.G. Pajot, they're both still on the IR. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, Jari and Poling are questionable for them. When it comes to the total, 4 out of New York's last 6 in the UBS Arena fell under the total. They're also 61% to the under in all of their contests at home. Meanwhile, the Penguins, they've gone 17-11 to the under in their games away from Pittsburgh. I'm going to lean toward the Islanders minus $1.10, under 6. Next contest, it is going to be Stars at the Wild, 8 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Both teams are minus $1.10 in this one. Totals 5.5 goals. Phil Gustafson for Minnesota. Jake Ottinger for Dallas. Now, Otter's been unbelievable between the pipes this year. He's 23-7 with a goals against average of .223. And no real surprise here, guys. Jake's got a save percentage of .925. Now, the Stars are currently allowing fewer goals per contest on the road than any other team in the NHL. Defenseman Esa Lindell, he's a plus 28 when he's on a shift. Meanwhile, Jason Robertson's in the top 10 in the league in goals, points, and plus minus as well. Now, they're facing a Minnesota team on the other side who actually took the loss in 5 out of their last 6, and they've struggled a bit offensively this year. The Wild currently averages only 2.9 goals a game for the entire season. They're also in the bottom 10 in the league in home offensive shots on goal. Now, when it comes to the injury report, Foligno's doubtful for Minnesota. Kiravanta's still out for Dallas. When it comes to the total, Minnesota's 17-11 to the under in the XL Energy Center. Meanwhile, Dallas has gone 74% to the under in their travels. I'm going to lean toward Dallas minus $1.10, under 5.5. Next matchup, Kings-Ducks, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. The LA Kings are minus 250, total 6.5. Phoenix Copley for the Kings, John Gibson for Anaheim. And Johnny G continues to be terrible. Out of 32 starts, he got the W only 10 times. Gibson also has a goals against average in the 4s along with an .897 save percentage. And no real surprise here, guys, the Ducks are giving up more goals a game than any other team in the NHL. They're also allowing a league-high 39 shots on net a game. They're facing a Kings team on the other side who won 5 out of their last 7 themselves, and they've certainly had little issue scoring on the road. The Kings are also they're averaging more goals a game on the road than most clubs in the West. Of course, a lot of that is thanks to Adrian Kemp, who has a team-best 27 goals. Now, Kevin Fiala also leads the club in points and assists. When it comes to the injury report, Gabe Vilardi still out for Los Angeles. Jamie Drysdale still out for Anaheim. Now, when it comes to the total, the Ducks saw 7 out of their last 10 get over the number. Meanwhile, the Kings went 70% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Kings minus 1.5, over 6.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It is going to be Rangers at the Oilers, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Edmonton's minus $1.25, total 6.5. Stu Skinner for the Oilers, Igor Shesterkin for New York. Now, Igor is an impressive 24-8 in the crease with a .915 save percentage. And no real shock here, guys. The Rangers are allowing fewer goals per contest on the road than any other team in the league except for one. They're actually 16-5-4 in their road contest. Defenseman Adam Fox, he's a plus 26. Meanwhile, Ryan Lindgren's a plus 25. They're facing an Edmonton team who lost 3 out of their last 4, and they actually played their worst hockey at home. Matter of fact, out of 28 contests in Rogers Place, the Oilers got the W just 13 times. And a lot of that is thanks to some bad defensive play. The Oilers are allowing more goals a game at home than most clubs in the West. Now, injury-wise, Descharnay and Yamamoto, they're both questionable for Edmonton. When it comes to the total, the Oilers saw 4 out of their last 5 at home get over the total. Meanwhile, the Rangers went 60% to the over in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward the Rangers plus 105, over 6.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. I'm going to lean toward Ottawa minus 1.5, under 6.5 goals. Islanders minus $1.10, under 6. Dallas minus $1.10, under 5.5. LA Kings minus 1.5, over 6.5. And with my next and final free pick, I'm going to lean toward the Rangers plus 105, over 6.5.